Rob, would you like to speak?
Technology issues.
Oh. It was just on here.
Yep, there we go. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, hi.
Hi, I'm Robert Coomer. I'm from Batavia, Ohio, and I'm a full-time artist photographer. I seek out beauty in industrial, urban, agricultural, and rural environments, finding beauty in unexpected places. I photograph and interpret them in a way that creates a sense of place, of time, and story. I draw upon my rural roots to find the interpretation of these scenes. The image industrial forest included in this exhibition is a study of rigidity and frailty, of how this once mighty but now abandoned factory returns to nature and changes to a new organic structure. Decay has introduced the elements of water through cracks and neglect of time, creating new textures and colors, introducing elements that we don't expect to find indoors inside a building. As a landscape and at one time a cave photographer, I was immediately drawn to this building as though it was a cave. The cool, wet darkness beckoned me to enter, to explore, and to photograph it. You know, it even has speleothems, stalactites growing from the ceiling. But I also saw an old growth forest within it, the large tree-like structures reaching to the ceiling, appearing to be even older than the building itself. The greens, the blues appear both industrial and natural in origin, a dichotomy of time. I photographed this image using HDR techniques, capturing the reflections, the organic details, so as to mimic the natural landscape. I wanted to confuse the viewer at first. So at first, they didn't know if they were looking at a semi-modern man-made structure, an ancient temple, or even a natural landscape of some sort. And as such, I've seen this mimicked in my work quite a bit. You know, my work and art experiences led me to ask the question, does art imitate life, or is it the other way around? Do you have my other images up as well, or just this one?
Yes.
Because I would like to kind of touch on those. This image is Omen. It was shot in the same area. The graffiti is in an industrial environment. It calls out the decay of the building, alluding to its future. But it has also come to mean much more to me. As I said, art imitating life. The word Omen is emblazoned across the forehead of this skull. And I had to ask, was it trying to tell me something? Was it trying to tell me that I would miraculously walk away from a severe car accident with a traumatic brain injury, a subarachnoid brain hemorrhage where it says Omen across the front of the skull? It's an injury that still threatens me today, hinders my creativity and my confidence. And as such, I'm really grateful to receive the Landscape Award for Industrial Forest, just because it's a nudge to help push me forward and continue healing. Can you go to the next slide? This one is Sonata and Pink. And like the previous, I found this lovely pink piano in the abandoned auditorium about 3 weeks after my wife had a double mastectomy for breast cancer. You know, what are the odds to find this statement of an object striving for imperfect beauty in a decaying, imperfect world? And I think that is so apropos for dealing with life and breast cancer and the other challenges that we face.
Okay. Yeah.
And this last image is another part of my body of work called Art and Decay. And I've been pushing beyond the image itself, trying to form a connection. The steel windmill was photographed, but I have printed it on hand-distressed steel, where I've aged the steel for 2 to 3 months in my backyard, standarded it, stripped it, and then printed the image to it to build an artifact, so that the steel that is printed on has a connection to the image itself. Again, building artifacts, telling story, and presenting them to the viewer. And I think that pretty much covers my images.
Wonderful. Thank you.